I win Evers. That doesn't even make sense. I'm Trascanari. Welcome back to This Is the Only Level. Let's... Oh. Scare me with that shenanigans. Yes! I seriously had to go to another video for this? Do you know what? Do you know what I'm going to do now? I'm going to do this. YouTube.com. Okay. Go away. We need to find a request. Or something. I don't know. Hi. Ex Mortis. Sure. Let's play Ex Mortis for the rest of this video. Go. Excellent. This is also the only level. Let's go. Bring it. In a town at the woods at the top of a hill, there's a house where no one lives. That actually scared the crap out of me because it was sudden. That one was kind of expected. You suck. You got a good scare out of me. Now stop your shenanigans. By the way, stop. My next Let's Play I'm planning on doing is either going to be the Darkest of Days or Plants vs. Zombies. I'm not sure, and there will be a guest in those videos, or at least Plants vs. Zombies. When I do it, if I do it, I don't know. Oh no, house. Front door. Open. Go in. Okay, what's in here? Of course. Lead me all the way over here. Remember, the 5th of November. Door seems to be locked. Go in. What's in here? Oh, hi. Can I take his head? Oh, the anarchists are at it again. Those guys are always up to shenanigans. Awesome. Oh no, I want that! It's like a brass knuckle knife. You'd never let me have nice things. Blood. I want to arm myself with that weapon. You say there's nothing of interest. An unusually eventful today. I stumbled across an unusual find whilst out hunting for deers in the remote wilderness. Stalking a wild steed into the clearing, you can only imagine my surprise to find a house. Old and seemingly abandoned, woo! But still standing strong. An interesting find, one that certainly has me curious. Upon my investigation with the city archives this morning, it appears the house has been abandoned for almost 10 years, and currently resides under the control of the local government. I feel its locations must be too remote for them to be able to tear it down, but I admit I feel drawn back to the house. Most of it curiosity, but I cannot deny that there is something about that place that has me yearning to return. I cannot put it off any longer. I got sick into the office today and decided I would retrace my steps into the wilderness to once again find the house which had been foremost in my mind of late. It doesn't take much to find it again, as it was almost as I was being guided back to the exact spot that I had found myself some 4 days ago. Once I plucked up enough courage, I pushed open the unlocked front door. Admittedly, I was surprised at the ease with which the door opened, considering things hinge had been up and figured 10 years of rest. Whatever! To my relative astonishment, the place was still furnished, although very dirty and completely run down. I was still am, and grammar, amazed at the state of the place, considering it had been empty for so long. I decided it would explore the house and not disturb anything within, except leaving a head in the microwave. My fear had not subsided, and as a matter of fact, it still is with me as I record these journals some hours later. However, fear is very, very nice in bed, if you know what I am saying. My curiosity took me through the kitchen, bedroom, lounge room, before a thumping noise from the roof on the 2nd level startled me so much I ran straight out of the front door and back through the forest to my automobile. As it was, I almost fell off the ledge and a small thicket below. I felt like a complete fool for being scared off by rats, which I assumed they were. I had a nightmare last night. All I can remember is blood and flying screams surrounding me and the house. The house was in the nightmare too. I called in sick to work again so I could venture into the wilderness and explore the abandoned house further. Not surprisingly, I found the structure with relative ease as I did yesterday. However, I was startled and noticed that the front door was closed. I am certain that when I left in a hurry yesterday, I had left the door ajar! In any case, I eventually attributed the closed door to the wind and was clearly the only person who had been in the house recently. Duh! Repeatedly, I scoured through the house for anything interesting and only found a brass knuckles knife, heading back once again to previously visited rooms. Once again, I passed through the hallway outside the main bedroom on the 2nd level. I heard heavy thumping coming through the roof. I was instantly very tempted to repeat yesterday's dash from the house, but I swallowed my fear and continued my exploration. I have a limited time I had before dusk. Unfortunately, I did not uncover anything that would help me experience with disappointment. Most recent tenants. I sit here in the lounge room of the old house in the candlelight recording this journal, the events that have transpired today. Although I am scared within an inch of my life, I am bound to this house and feel I do not have the strength or the resolve to run back to my car at such an advanced hour. As for the past week, I have returned to this house with the intent of uncovering anything that could help answer the question of its missing tenant. I failed to uncover anything that could help in this case, but what I did find seems far more precious and disturbing than I could ever have hoped for. As I was scrounging the library for any misplaced photos or letters, if you know what I mean, I almost tripped myself over a leather-bound book sitting in the middle of the dusty floor. I was recently sniffed as to how I missed it in my movements through the house in the past few days. Picking up the book, I felt a slight empowerment rush through me. The distant sounds of the wind began to sound like whispers, and the room which I was standing in seemed to darken. I wondered what knowledge the scribe has passed down the ages to me. Yay! Enchanted by this aging literature, I retreated back into the lounge room, settled down in one of the most comfortable chairs, and began to read through the contents of the book. Written in what seemed to be a red ink of some sort, a lot of content didn't initially make sense to me, as the majority had been written in a language that was foreign to me. But back in the book, there were British translations written by Mr. Xavier Graham from 1890. The majority of what I could not understand seemed rather jumbled and nonsensical. Rather disappointed. I closed the book and relieved myself of its burden. Things of this point became rather blurred and frightening surreal. The sound of the distant forest animals stopped, as if all life had paused, waiting for my next move. The wind outside stopped pounding against the shuttered windows, and the candle winked out of existence, leaving me in the pitch black conditions. I listened closely, and all I could hear was over my heartbeat and rasping breath was the whispering I had shrugged off before. It was coming from every direction, yet no direction at all. The whispering suddenly got louder. It was like a dull roar. Voices of many different times called out. They cried and prayed, screamed my name, and some shouted obscenely. I dare not repeat. Oh, oh, oh. There were so many of them, so many voices. I felt multiple hands running down my hand to pin my torso. Every time I fled, my arms in front of me. They connected with nothing but air. The harder I pressed against my chair, the harder it was for me to breathe. I blacked out. The last thing I could remember was a flash of my name before. A flash of blood. A flash of screams. The house. I woke up 20 minutes ago, slumped in my same chair. It is now long after dark, and I dare not brave sub-zero temperatures of the woodland winter to return home this evening. Tonight I'll be staying here in this accursed house. Sometimes I think they can still hear their whisperings, or it just echoes my earlier brush with madness. I can feel the urge of thunder rushing towards me like a freight train. I pray I survive the night. Plagued by nightmares, more vivid than I cared to remember, I woke up screaming. It appears I slept through the daylight hours. But it didn't matter to me. I was incensed, freezing conditions. Must return home. But I was too scared to move a spot. They started whispering I wanted to leave, but I can't. They won't let me stay. What have I raised upon this world? And more jumbled nonsense. I don't give a crap.